Here is the mistake most people make with a shaded bed in August. They treat it exactly like every other bed on the plot. Same watering schedule, same feeding routine, same assumptions. And by the end of the month, the whole thing looks tired, leggy, and half dead. Not because shade is the problem, because August in a shaded bed is a completely different growing situation, and most of us never adjust for it. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what to change, and when, so your shaded bed stays productive right through to autumn. Then August arrives. The sun angle drops, the days start shortening. Light levels fall fast, even on bright days, and a bed that was getting just enough sun to thrive is now sitting below the threshold it actually needs. The specific mistake is this: people keep watering on the same schedule they used in July. Cool. Shaded soil does not dry out at the same rate as an open bed in August. Water sits longer, roots stay wet. And wet roots in cooling soil are exactly the conditions that invite root rot, fungal issues, and collapse. The plant looks okay on top until suddenly it does not. Stop watering on a schedule. Start watering on evidence. Push your finger 2 inches into the soil. If it is still damp at that depth, do not water. Come back in 2 days and check again. That single habit change fixes most of the damage people see in shaded beds by mid-August. If the bed is bone dry at 2 inches, water thoroughly and then leave it alone. 1 deep soak is always better than 2 shallow ones. You want the water to get down to the root zone, not just wet the surface. August is also when you need to be honest about what is done. In a shaded bed, plants that have passed their productive peak do not bounce back the way they might in a sunnier spot. They just sit there, using up whatever light is left and blocking air circulation. Cut back spent foliage. Remove any plants that have bolted or gone to seed. Better airflow means less fungal pressure. Less crowding means the plants still producing actually get the light they need. Do not leave cut material lying in the bed. Bag it or compost it, but get it off the bed the same day. Here is the part most people miss. August in a shaded bed is not the end of the season, and if you plant the right things now, you will be harvesting well into October. Leaves do better than fruiting crops in low light. Think spinach, chard, cut and come again lettuce, and land cress. These are genuinely shade tolerant at this stage of the year, and they germinate quickly enough to get established before the real cold arrives. So direct into the cleared spaces. Avoid anything that needs to set fruit or form a dense head. Like cabbage or cauliflower, need more consistent light than a shaded bed in late August can reliably provide. Dial back the nitrogen. High nitrogen feeds push leafy, soft growth. Soft growth in a cooling, lower light environment is more vulnerable to disease and less able to handle the change in conditions coming in September. Switch to a balanced feed, or stop feeding altogether if your soil is already in reasonable shape. If you have been using a liquid feed every 2 weeks through summer, stretch that to every 3 or 4 weeks from now on. The shaded bed in August needs less water, not more. It needs cleared space, not more planting of the wrong things. And it needs low maintenance, shade-tolerant leaves sown now to carry it through to autumn. Those 3 changes are the difference between a bed that fades and one that keeps delivering. So, over to you. What is actually growing in your shaded bed right now, and has any of it surprised you by doing better in the shade than you expected? Tell us in the comments, because that kind of real plot data is genuinely useful for everyone watching. That is one more method you can actually use. Subscribe to Grow a Lot Studio and I will keep showing you exactly how it is done.